Hello everyone, this is Connie with Flourish, here to give you a demonstration of the new small transfers from Redesign with Prima that were launched yesterday. So I'm super excited. These are absolutely adorable, and they are kind of the newest thing in addition to the designer line that Redesign with Prima just announced. So it is my pleasure to demonstrate one of these for you today. So I am Connie. I am a brand ambassador with Redesign with Prima. My business is Flourish. And I worked on this basket last Saturday for Mother's Day. And I am going to demonstrate it for you today using the, I think I've decided on the Sunflower Afternoon new transfer. It's going to go hopefully really well with this basket that I used. Last week, I added some of these little stencils, which are Redesign with Prima Stick and Style. Hey, Daniel, thanks for joining. And if you are just joining, please just, pop in, say hello. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Niagara-on-the-Lake, Ontario, and I'd love to see, where everyone's coming from today and, how you're doing. So Daniel, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I am going to demo these awesome cutie patootie little small transfers. So they come in 3 6x12 sheets, and this is what you get in the back. So each sheet looks like this. They're really adorable. Hi everyone, if you're just joining, please say hello in the comments. I'm Connie from Flourish, and I'm just showing off the awesome new little transfers we have that came out yesterday. This one is called Sunflower Afternoon. So these little small transfers, when I first saw them, what I initially thought of was, wow, those would be adorable on, of course, small things like, anything like a planter or a jewelry box or a small side table or whatever. But I also thought they would be super cute if you have a child that, wants to get involved in kind of crafting or something like that, or you want to do something together with them. Hey, Barb. Oh, from Nova Scotia. Hey, fellow Canadian. And anyway, so that's what I thought. I thought wow, how fun would that be if you had a niece or a nephew or a child and you wanted to kind of get involved and do something together. These would be the perfect little go-to test, transfers, because let's face it, transfers can be expensive. The largest one I paid for recently was Vigorous Violet, and it was $65. It had 6 pieces. It's huge. It's gorgeous. And these are, $65 can be a little intimidating if you've never tried a transfer before. So these little transfers, hey Velma, thanks for joining. These little transfers are good, if you're for the first time wanting to try a transfer and you don't want to have a huge financial investment. Hey Charlie from BC, welcome. So yeah, if you could just pop in, say hello, tell me where you're at today. I'm in Niagara-on-the-Lake, Ontario. If you're not familiar with Canada, I'm close to Buffalo, New York. So it's about an hour and a half south of us. So it's super close, and we're very close to the border. Roshita, hi, it's nice to see you. Thanks for joining. So as I was saying, with these small little transfers, they're a great kind of less costly investment if you want to try out a transfer for the first time, or if you have a jewelry box that you want to, add some colors to in Scarborough. Yes, hi Daniel. Or, a planter, or, some sort of, just decorative item. You can even put them on a picture frame. You can do anything that, has a surface you could add a transfer to. So the sky is the limit. Hey Judy, thanks for joining. And so they come with 3 different pieces. I'll show them again. They're adorable. They're super bright. They're exactly like the larger transfers. They just come on smaller sheets. So, oh, you did? Okay, so Daniel just said he finished a demo on the small transfer. He used Delicate Roses. So, Yeah, I have a lot here actually. I'll show you kind of the ones that I have in my workshop here. Here's the one that has the little bunnies on it. It's so cute. I mean, look at how sweet those little bunnies are. I went on a walk the other day and I saw a bunny, like a wild bunny. It kind of looked like this one. And I wanted to scoop it up and take it home. I don't think wild bunnies would make very good pets, but you know, I think they're adorable. This one is called Garden Marvels. And this one has like birds and a birdhouse. I like this word. It says wild side. That looks like fun. It also says home and explore. Oh, and then be the light. How sweet is that? So yeah, these are super duper cute. This one is horses. So there are a lot of folks who love horses. I know that in our area, there's a couple, you know, I live around a lot of, hey Rose, thanks for joining. You like my t-shirt? Thank you. It's the name of my business. So it says Flourish. That's my logo. But there are a lot of folks that really love horses. I've ridden a horse once and it scared the pants off of me. Quite literally. I almost fell off the horse. So probably never going to ride a horse again. But yeah, Judy loves horses. She has horses. Then let's see, Delicate Roses. So this is really pretty. You know, a friend of mine actually sent me a text message the other day. And speaking of flowers, she took a flower from her wedding bouquet from like 10 years ago and planted it in her garden. And this year is the first year that the flower actually fully bloomed and looked like, you know, it's supposed to. But how cool is that? I never even thought about doing something like that. But anyways, these flowers look really realistic. They're delicate roses. They're really pretty. So, okay, so I'm going to do the sunflower afternoon because I think it will go well with this. This is called a bushel basket. So if you're familiar or not familiar with bushel baskets, so this is like if you're going to go pick apples or peaches or something at a farm or an orchard, you are going to be provided one of these bushel baskets, and then you go around and you pick your fruit. I bought it at a salvage antique place for like $5. So I thought it would be a great use for like, I use baskets for all kinds of stuff. So I mean, smaller baskets I use for fruit and vegetables. I put towels in them. I put blankets in them. I have my, you know, my laundry in them, my TV remotes. Hey, Roz, thanks for joining. I use a ton of baskets around my house because they're just so useful. And the part about this basket that I love, it actually has 2 handles. So it's a pretty useful basket. I'm thinking about putting this either outside or under my porch, somewhere that's covered, because the transfers aren't gonna, they're sensitive to sun, so they might get bleached. So, but if it's under a covered porch, I think it'd be fine. So maybe just put like a plant in there, maybe even a sunflower plant might be nice. So anyways, so I want to demonstrate how they go on and kind of how much you get with these little smaller ones. I used 2 on a desk, a small kid's desk, and that was plenty. So I'm going to try to use 1 on this basket. We'll see how it goes. If I need to add another one to just kind of fill out the basket, I'll do that. But, you know, we'll just try it. And I haven't tried a transfer on a basket before, so let's see how it applies. So similar to, you know, all other transfers, it just comes on a little, you know, sheet like this. And you just kind of place it wherever. Let's see how well it adheres to this material, this basket. Hopefully it'll work fine. But these smaller transfers are at a lower price point. So if, you know, you want to just trust, you know, because a lot of people have asked me, like, I've never tried a transfer before, and they're kind of nervous about the cost or something like that. But this is a good way to try a transfer without having a huge financial investment. So, you know, baby's first transfer kind of deal, or mama's first transfer. So, let's see. Yeah, it's coming off. Yay! And they have some adorable little transfers. There's one that has fairies on it. Oh my gosh, it looks so stinking cute. Vilma put it on a jewelry box yesterday during a demonstration, and I mean, it was so cute. I wish I got that one. And there's a little lamb one that is adorable. It has its little tongue sticking out. I mean, for Easter or for something, I mean, really for anything. There's a lot of like farm animal stuff right now that they just released. So there's ones with like pigs. And Vilma also did like a whole series of items for your kitchen using the various different farm animal stuff. Just adorable. So if you know, love that sort of aesthetic, or, you know, have a farm, Judy, then, you know, this stuff is quite cute. And they're just so sweet. All right. So I'm having a little bit of a rough time because of this band, but it's okay. It's going on. And if you're wondering, like, where do you get these? You can find retailers on the Redesign with Prima website. There's, you know, lots all over the world. So, and if you, you know, are having a hard time finding one that's near you, I recommend going onto Etsy and seeing, you know, just Googling or searching on Etsy for retailers. Because they're, you know, that's a great place for handmade stuff. All right. So this has cracked a little bit because of the basket is, you know, it's moving around, but I mean, I like it anyway. It's going to be a rustic basket. So there we go. How cute. I love it. And this reminds me, there is a larger sunflower transfer that I've used before. Ugh, so pretty. Love, love, love the sunflower transfer. It's big and bright, and it can go on, you know, lots of things. So actually, that's a something I just thought of. So sometimes when I've bought or used transfers before, it's like I need 1.5 or 1.25 of a transfer. So it looks great with the green too. Yeah, I think so too. It matches. Thanks, Ross. But sometimes you only need like a little bit more of a transfer to like complete your project. And so instead of buying like 2 transfers at that cost, what you could do is, you know, buy the normal size transfer. And if you have like a spot that you want to cover up or whatever, you can, you know, instead of buying, like for me, instead of buying another, you know, expensive transfer, I could buy one of the smaller ones and just fill in the spots that, you know, maybe are a gap, or you maybe accidentally made a mistake, or, you know, whatever happens, whatever you know, want to do, or whatever you need it for. And, you know, it's a great way to not have to spend, you know, double the price, and then have you a ton of stuff left over. So, okay, so let's add another one. Let's add it to here. So for this basket, I think this one might hold fruits and vegetables. So we like to keep our fruits and vegetables out on our counter, you know, the kind that you don't have to refrigerate, like apples or oranges or pears and stuff like that. Because it's a constant reminder to eat more fruits. So instead of going in for, you know, the high calorie breads and chips and the snacky things like that, we have them out. And the other thing I like to use baskets for is when I'm going grocery shopping. Like if I'm just gonna go to like a fruit stand or whatever, because we have a ton of fruit stands in my area. And so instead of, you know, plastic bags or whatever, I just bring a basket. And it works. I like to reduce my plastic as much as possible. All right, let's see. Any questions so far? Or I'd love to hear, you know, we're having a whole big release, you know, this whole week. We're having contests, giveaways, that kind of stuff, like all weekend. I'd love to hear, you know, the feedback from you all, what, you know, you're most excited about, the things that you've seen that you've really loved, things that you want to try, that kind of thing. So if you could just shout it out in the comments, let me know, you know, what you're excited about. All right. There we go. I miss corner stores like we used to have in Toronto, Roz. I know. Well, everything here is closed. So the whole, which sucks, the whole COVID our numbers got really bad. And so they've had to shut down like the entire province, which has been, it's been open and closed and open and closed and open and closed. They just extended it, the closed by 2 weeks. So everyone is not pleased about that. So what that means is, you know, everything's still curbside pickup. No restaurants are open, you know, that kind of thing. So it's not great, but, you know, the numbers are going down, which is good. I'm just excited that we just recently, as of like this week, finished extending our deck. So we now have an outdoor space that we, you know, can use, because it was like one of those kind of builder grade, builder size decks that you get on, you know, I think it was like 6 feet by 11 feet. So it's quite small. And our chairs that we got out there are way oversized. So we got it extended and we basically just doubled the width. So it's now 12 by 11. So after this live, I'm going to go and sit outside and enjoy it. And actually what I'm thinking, because the planks are brand new on the deck, what I'm thinking of, hey Rose, you're excited about the small transfer packs. Yeah, they're awesome. I highly recommend them. And if you haven't seen them, if you're just joining, this is the size. And I'm working on applying the sunflowers one. So this is what it's looking like. It's very cute. Adding pops of fun, fresh summer colors, which I love. Let's see. Let's continue this. I like to cut, especially because this basket has ridges and stuff like that. On where it does have ridges, it's splitting a little bit. You can see right here, it's cracking a little bit. Again, it's totally fine. You know, this was going to be a rustic basket, regardless of whether or not the transfer goes on cleanly. Because it's a used basket. You can see I had to clean it before I started, because it was sitting outside and used for fruits and stuff like that. So it wasn't the cleanest thing in the world, but you know, I loved it. I thought it was cool, and it's big and it fits tons of stuff. So after I'm done applying this transfer, I think I'm gonna spray it. I have some clear top coat. I'll show you what I'm gonna use, because you know, you do need to top coat your transfers. So unless you're doing it on a mirror or glass, I'll show you what I'm gonna use. But I'm in an enclosed garage here, so I might take it outside to spray it because it's an aerosol. Okay. There we go. What are you using this basket for? I think I'm going to use it on a porch. So I think I'm a covered porch. Maybe to hold a plant. Need the link to where I can purchase from you. Okay, you can't purchase from me directly. I am not I don't sell Redesign with Prima products. I just am a brand ambassador for them. You can buy the products either on the retail site for Prima, or from a retailer near you. So, and all the list of the retailers are on the Redesign with Prima website. So you just go there and it says, you know, retailers. And if you're having a hard time finding one near you, look on Etsy. So just search for what you want, like the particular thing that you want, or just Redesign with Prima. And hopefully you should have some shops that open. Because I mean, local retailers aren't everywhere, you know, around the world. But you'll have retailers that could ship. There we go. So cute. Oh, I love it. I think this is adorable. Okay, so let me show you what I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use this one. So it's Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch 2X Ultra Cover Paint and Primer. This is in a clear matte. So once I'm done, I'm just going to, you know, hit it with some spray. And I don't want to oversaturate it. And let that dry. We should be good to go. I should have worn a mask. Don't need to be inhaling all of that. And for this transfer, this one comes with like cute leaves and like a stem. So if you wanted to, you know, that's kind of how it could look. How cute. Charlie, none near us in BC. Yeah, I would look on Etsy and see. I definitely know that there, of course, there's some here out in Ontario. But there should be, hopefully, one somewhat closer to you. Okay, I'm going to take these two little thingies and add them. And the other thing that I love about these the small transfers is all the little bits that you get, like all the little images, have plenty of clearance around the edges. So if you do want to cut them out differently and place them in different spots, you can. Because there are some transfers where the flowers are like butted up right against each other, and you sort of have to, you know, take your time to cut around it. So I'll give you an example. So Wondrous Floral. So if you look at Wondrous Floral, see how everything, all the flowers are like right clustered together? These aren't. So you can like just, you know, cut out pieces that you want and place them. So, you know, I've taken hours to cut out, you know, like say I want this flower, this one, you know, beautiful flower. I don't want anything else around it. So I have to take the time to like really, you know, be precise about cutting around it. And for the little small ones, you don't have to. So it makes it, you know, easy to place them wherever you want, which, you know, okay. I'll use this one. Okay. So that spray dries quite quickly, which is nice. And they go on just as easily as the regular transfers. So from a quality or just like from what you can expect, it's not going to be totally new. Okay, there we go. So Canada is lacking distribution. Well, like I said, in Ontario, I know there are several. You know, check out Etsy. So just, you know, go on Etsy and search Redesign with Prima and see what you can find. because I have a retailer that's close to me in St. Catharines. There's one in Mississauga. There's one in, I think, in Aurelia. So cute. Love it. Love it. Adorable. So this is what it's looking like. How fun is that? Yeah. It's just a fun afternoon project. They're less intimidating. I think these, because they're smaller, more manageable in size, they're a bit less intimidating than the large ones. When I first started using Redesign with Prima Transfer, I chose to start with Cosmic Rose. And if you've ever used that transfer, it's giant. It is 6 sheets. It has big flowers in the center. It has writing around it. It has flowers on the edges. I mean, it is a transfer. It is intense. But, you know, go big or go home, I guess. And I used it, it was when quarantine first started, so this was about a year ago. And I redid a dresser that was in my guest room because, you know, like everyone else, I had nothing else to do. So sat in my living room and literally refinished my dresser in the living room, like sanded it by hand. So I didn't have my power tools with me, and so painted it and then applied the Cosmic Rose transfer, which was a endeavor. And I think it probably would have been a little bit easier if I would have started out with something a little smaller like this one. Okay, so I want to add this big mama jamma. Okay, but let's see. Let's try some of the other ones because it's need a little bit more color. Okay. Everybody see that? And if you're just joining, say hello in the comments. Okay. This is looking really cute. Really cute. And I'm pretty much only going to add it to one side because I'm going to have it against a wall. Man, these are coming off like super easy. So cute. Ugh, adorable. And it looks slightly fall-esque, I guess. Sunflowers are just ideal. Okay. I mean, again, these are like so easy, like our transfers are, to really just have a quick project. Something you want to do in the evenings. You know, you don't have to like dedicate a huge amount of time for these. You can use them over existing furniture or items that you have. Super cute. Super cute. All right. I think I'm going to go a little bit further. And I pretty much like to use all of my transfer. But of course you don't have to. I see a lot of people use, you know, the scraps of transfers and they combine them and they just look so pretty together. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to, on this basket, get them on flat surfaces. because I learned the hard way over here, going over lots of ridges. They break. That's a user error. That's not a product error. Oh, sorry. I'm shaking the table. Okay. So who's excited about all of the CC transfers that have come out? And all the CC, well, transfers, stencils, tissue paper, molds. I mean, it's a whole line. I am. When I first got my box of products as a brand ambassador, they send us, you know, new stuff ahead of schedule, ahead of the release, so we can work on them to show, you know, everyone like how you can use them and whatnot. And when I got the box, I mean, I was like seriously blown away by how beautiful and how colorful and how different and how unique that, you know, her items were. And I was so impressed by, yeah, I mean, just the sheer creativity that she had to create all of those. And she did. She created every single one of those all by herself. And, you know, I don't know about you, but I am not a graphic designer. You know, I don't have that kind of artistic vision in that sense to create something wholly new. And she did. She created everything, and I just was so impressed and so excited that, you know, I mean, as furniture artists, you know, this is often you just start in your garage, you know, like right now, I'm in my garage, and, you know, you paint furniture, you put it out into the world. Hey, Chelsea, how's it going? And you put it out into the world and you hope, you know, people will buy it. You hope people will love it. And, you know, she's gotten to the point where she has such, you know, a dedicated following, and she's just has such a distinct look for her pieces that, you know, she got this great opportunity to design her own line, which is the first for Redesign with Prima. Redesign with Prima, you know, hasn't had anybody else do that. So, I mean, it's a big honor. It's a big, you know, honor and responsibility. And she's just kicking butt and taking names. So I couldn't be happier for her. Yeah, Chelsea agrees. You know, when I was in corporate America, I had the lucky distinction of being one of the kind of top performers. And I got like Employee of the Year one year, which was really fun. So, you know, having that kind of distinction in your chosen field, that Cece has, I mean, that's such a great honor, and I'm so happy for her. We should all be championing her. Women supporting women and men supporting women. All right, I think this is the last piece. Well, maybe I'll use these two last ones somewhere, somehow. Okay, so let's get... So this basket has these little ridges. Gotta get in them. You know, the other thing about transfers is they can get really tiring, your arms. Hi, Klausa? I probably said that wrong. From Brazil. Hello. Thank you for joining. Okay, so anyways, what I was saying is transfers can get exhausting. Like your arms can literally get really tired. But these smaller ones are, you know, you don't have a ton. So my arms are not getting nearly as fatigued as they normally are on the larger ones. This piece is so pretty. These flowers are just gorgeous. Okay. All right. So pretty. There you go. I love it. It's so colorful. Okay, so I have this long piece. Don't know what I'm gonna do with this stem, or if I might save it for another project. So here's this long stem. So, like I was saying, the other ones, you will, for me, you can see cracks, but it's because of the way this basket is constructed. Kind of making sure that it's all rubbed down and all the little pieces are adhered to the basket. But isn't that great? I just think it's so cute. All right, let's do this last piece. Okay. And these, one thing to note, these smaller transfers don't come with an applicator tool, but as you can see, this is like it looks like a tongue depressor. So if you have a credit card, if you have a, any kind of plastic flat device, or like a piece of, if you have a tongue depressor, anything that's reminiscent of something like this, you can use it. Or if you have one of these from a other transfer that you have, use that, or you can use the transfer tool that looks like this. You can use that. I'll just show you. I accidentally, well, not accidentally, I on purpose used my my transfer tool to try to scrape off paint that I was using paint remover. So I used it literally to scrape off paint of a piece. Don't do that. It sort of melted the plastic. It's high, I mean, paint remover is highly corrosive. So it just ate away at the plastic. So I would not recommend doing that. Okay. All right. Cool. How cute. It's kind of hard to see that one because it's over the green. But I think we're good. I think I'm gonna hold off on using this last piece, but I think other than that, I've used all of it. So what I'm gonna do is apply a clear coat. Let me just make sure everything's down, flat. Okay. And what I'm doing here is just because there's ridges here, I'm just kind of cutting the transfer with my finger. Just make sure it's all adhered to the basket. All right. And you can apply this to a variety of things. I chose a basket because I love baskets. Okay. There we go. Pretty great. Okay, cool. So I am going to put my mask on and spray a top coat on it so you can see what I'm using and how I'm going to do it. And then, but to do that, I'm going to put on a mask. Safety first. Don't inhale fumes. All right. Okay, now we're done. So just let that dry. And I might apply a second or a third coat depending on how it's looking. I want to make sure, you know, it's not going anywhere. So, and this stuff dries fairly quickly. I think it's like 30 minutes. So it dries to the touch in 20 minutes, to handle in 1 hour. So apply a second coat within 1 hour or after 24 hours. So that's really quick. So again, I mean, a quick little project that you can use, you know, these new little transfers on, and it's only been 45 minutes. So, you know, it's not going to take up too much of your time, and you're getting something that's really highly custom and fits with your decor. So, I hope you found this useful. Please, you know, check out a local retailer near you, find one on Etsy, and check out these little transfers. There's a ton of options. And if you have any questions, please let me know. My name is Connie Holden. I'm a brand ambassador with Redesign with Prima, and my business is called Flourish. So I come to you live every Saturday at noon Eastern, so you'll see me again next week. And with that, I just want to say thanks for watching, and I will see you next week. Have a great weekend. Bye, everyone.